It's Craig Whispering Storyteller here. Hope you are well. As always. So guys, it's Sunday morning, the 31st of October. It's actually Halloween. So my pumpkin, which was over there, is now downstairs because this video won't be going out till Monday the 1st of November. So Halloween will be over by then. But I've got my scary mug. And it's The Shining. I actually got this from some friends. And it's black normally, but when you pour hot water into it, it goes white, like a page. And all this text appears on it, saying all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. And there is the Shining logo. And it's pretty cool. I love a nice cup of tea. Try to put it down gently on the table. So daylight savings has now ended in England, and the clocks have gone back by an hour from 2 AM this morning. And of course we operate on Greenwich Mean Time in the United Kingdom. How's your week been? What have you been doing? What have you seen? Where have you been? And I've had some really nice personal messages on email, so thank you for that. Reaching out and sharing your stories with me. It is now. There's a lot more content now compared to my first time around. It was quite a small community back then, but now it's exploded. So yeah, we've been trying to find out. I've been trying to look at the current market and see where I kind of lie in that. And ASMR has become so sophisticated. And of course, a lot of youngsters are very tech savvy and produce some amazing content. Whereas where I come from, ASMR was a lot more simple. What's your opinion on ASMR? Do you like the old school approach, like kind of what I do here? Or are you a fan of the new funky style ASMR with focused on triggers and pigeonholing every single thing? I'm not sure. I wanted to ask you guys also, for 2022, I was thinking about just introducing Patreon. Now that is something I've thought about for a long time now, but I wanted to prove that I could start producing regular content again before I took that step. And of course I just wanted to make sure there was an audience for what it is that I do. So as it now marks kind of a year since I did return, I have explored ASMR bedtime stories where I adapt movies into soothing stories. I've done tasting videos. I've done adventure game book reads. I've done role plays, and of course I've introduced this more simple one-to-one personal ramble video. But I need to ask you, what is it you prefer? Is it a mixture of all of those above? Or is there a specific one that you prefer? And if I did introduce a Patreon, I could maybe start putting this ramble series on there rather than on YouTube. And that way I can connect directly with the guys who are listening and enjoying the content. So what do you think? I'll be very grateful for all suggestions and maybe ideas around what I'm thinking. Of course nothing is set in stone, but I would like to start 2022 with a little bit of a real focus on driving forward. So please do let me think what you think of the Patreon idea with maybe the ramble video featuring on them. And what could I use the main channel for? I could do more reading videos, of course, and role plays, which do take a little bit of time to prepare for and edit, of course. So I have been trying to listen to your requests and try to filter them in as often as I could Christmas collaboration in which he, who has a really soothing, deep, amazing voice, is a little bit like John Butler, an American John Butler. And in this video he visited me in England, and we exchanged Christmas facts, I think it was. I haven't watched it in such a long time, but it is still on the channel somewhere. I almost did a collaboration with Accidentally Grace ASMR too. We planned a video together where we were going to read a bedtime story. We even purchased the same book to read from. But at that point, I think that was when I took that hiatus. And I think Grace is doing really well. She's still regularly updating. She's a remarkable artist. It's a shame that collaboration never actually took place. And I certainly wouldn't rule out doing another collaboration with somebody. Is there anybody you would like to see me collaborate with? Perhaps you could let me know in the comments. So yeah, very exciting times. So a period of reflection. So every winter I do get a little bit introspective and just try to start looking at the year, how I've done, reviewing things, and of course planning for the new year. Yeah, so a few things for us all to think about. Okay, I'm going to do a little ASMR shout out time, which I've started doing every week. And this is a part in my video where I just give a spotlight to another couple of ASMR artists who are really, really connecting and making me enjoy their content so much. And these guys are really good at what they do as well, and really need a lot more subscribers. So the first one I'll mention is Kilted Whispers ASMR. So he's a guy from Scotland, and he has a very naturalistic approach to ASMR, and he talks very freely about his place in the world and his identity. And I do urge you to check him out. He's got the most soothing, fantastic voice. I do love the Scottish accent. I think he's been going for around 8 months now, but I have been watching his channel quite a lot recently, and yeah, I really love it, and I think you will too. So the other guy I'm going to mention is Whispered Motivation. He has been now in his description he describes himself as just another ASMR channel. such a nice guy. Please check him out, of course. So guys, I guess this is the end of my weekly ramble. Weather outside is absolutely grotty, windy, there's leaves flying around everywhere. And the leaves are collecting in every place you can imagine. It's really hard to keep your gardens tidy this time of year. Leaves are strewn everywhere. The weather's wet and dark and damp. And it's that time of year where it isn't going to get much better. It's going to get darker earlier on in the evening. We've got lighter mornings, but only just for a little while. And of course, Christmas celebrations will be starting very soon. Pantomimes, Christmas parties, office parties, and of course in America you've got Thanksgiving coming up. So guys, I